Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Enjoy sweet savings at Quartz with up to 40% off selected items. Save $1,400 on the LG 50-inch WebOS Smart LED TVs. Save $2,000 on the Mabe 30 cubic feet side-by-side fridges. Save $2,700 on the Stephanie 2-piece living room suite and $400 on the rest. Sonic Comfort Care Pillow Top Queen Mattress. Get what you need and pay now or later with Quartz Ready Finance. It's too sweet to resist. Indulge at Quartz. Bring in value home. Special conditions apply. Offer ends March 23rd, 2024.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has explained why St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as well as the wider region, should have an interest in what is happening in Haiti. The Prime Minister at the time had just provided an update on a meeting held over the weekend pertaining to the crisis in Haiti. Prime Minister Gonsalves, during a call to WEFM's Issue at Hand program on Sunday, said that there are migration and security issues that can affect SVG as a result of Haiti's conflict. He also highlighted the fact that Haiti is a member of the Caribbean community CARICOM. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
People may ask in St. Vincent Grenadines, for instance, well, Ralph, why you are interested in this? Well, first of all, Haiti is a member of CARICOM. Secondly, so you can't have a member having problems and you don't have an interest. Secondly, there are migration and security issues which could come down to us.
And it has implications for the Bahamas, Jamaica, and the rest of CARICOM.
But direct implications for Bahamas and Jamaica, but it has also to us in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. In the power vacuum that followed the assassination of democratically elected President of Haiti, Jovenel Moïse, in 2021, Ariel Henry, who was Prime Minister under Moïse, assumed power with the support of several nations, including the U.S. When Haiti failed to hold elections multiple times, Henry said it was due to logistical problems or violence. By the time Henry announced last year that elections would be postponed again to 2025, armed groups that were already active in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, dialed up the violence. A call has been made for more students in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to become involved in the Garifuna Conference. Belizean researcher and director of the Numasa Wellness Institute, Lucia Ellis, encouraged the involvement of the nation's youth in the annual conference during an appearance on WEFM's Issue at Hand program on Sunday. Ms. Ellis said that she sees their involvement in the conference as a definite plus in terms of their educational benefit. We hear more from Ms. Ellis.
We would like support for the next conference. The conference is an annual event and it brings together scholars, and it's also an opportunity to highlight the issues here on the island and here in Urume. So I think what I would want to see happening next year is for more schools to be present in the conference, more high school students to be consistently in attendance. And it will be definitely a plus for their education and understanding of the issues.
That was Belizean researcher and director of the Numasa Wellness Institute, Lucia Ellis, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. The Garifuna Heritage Foundation, in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Global Campus, hosted the 11th International Garifuna Conference from March 11th to 13th under the theme Promoting Reparatory Justice towards the development and implementation of a 2030 Indigenous Peoples Development Plan. Still on the local scene, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, has launched an investigation into the suspected drowning of one of its members. According to an official release from the RSVGPF, the incident occurred on Sunday, March 17th at Brighton Beach. The deceased has been identified as Police Constable 849 Robin Spencer of Diamond, who was attached to the police force's narcotics unit. Police said that preliminary investigations revealed Spencer and one of his friends went fishing at the aforementioned beach sometime after 1 p.m. Reports indicated that sometime after 3 p.m., while fishing, Spencer was swept out to sea by a wave and succumbed to death. The release from police goes on to state that the SVG Coast Guard immediately proceeded to the area on a Coast Guard vessel and conducted a search and rescue exercise. Spencer's unresponsive body was recovered from the water by members of the Coast Guard who unsuccessfully performed cardiopulmonary resuscitation (CPR) on him. The police constable was then transported to the Coast Guard base, where he was pronounced dead by a medical practitioner. On to news in the region. The United Nations Children's Agency said one of its containers carrying essential supplies for the survival of newborn babies and their mothers was looted by gangs at Haiti's main port in the capital on Saturday. UNICEF said the container with items for maternal, neonatal, and child survival, including resuscitators and related equipment, as well as critical supplies for early childhood development and education and water equipment, was one of 7 of its containers looted in the early morning. UNICEF representative in Haiti, Bruna Mais, said the theft of the supplies occurred at a critical moment when children need them the most. Armed groups breached the city's main port a week ago, severing one of the capital's last remaining lifelines for food and supplies as the country edges closer to collapse. Currently, over 260 humanitarian owned containers are controlled by armed groups at the port. A female minor reported to the police in the U.S. Virgin Islands that her mother assaulted her, resulting in the woman's arrest last week. According to a report, the minor stated that during an argument, her mother utilized a taser and shocked her approximately 3 times in her upper torso. The minor was taken to the Schneider Regional Medical Center for treatment. On March 15th, the mother, who is 37 years old, agreed to turn herself into the domestic violence unit. She was booked, processed, and turned over to the Bureau of Corrections pending her advice of rights hearing scheduled for March 18th. The case is currently under investigation by the U.S. Virgin Islands Domestic Violence Unit. On the international scene, authorities in the northern Chinese city of Handan have detained 3 teenage boys over the brutal death of their classmate, local media reports. The case of the 13-year-old boy, identified only by his surname Wang, has sparked anger and furious debate on juvenile crime. Authorities found his remains buried in an abandoned vegetable garden, the BBC reports. The boy was bullied in school, according to his father. Police are investigating the case as an intentional homicide, state-run Global Times said. All 3 detained teens are under 14. Under Chinese law, those above 12 years of age but under 14 can face criminal prosecution only when allowed by the country's highest public prosecutor. The victim and his classmates are quote-unquote left behind children, a term used to describe kids in China who live with their grandparents in rural areas while their parents work in the cities. Finally, in sports, world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz defended his Indian Wells title with a straight-set win over Daniil Medvedev in a repeat of last year's final. 20-year-old Alcaraz beat the Russian world number 4 to claim his first title since Wimbledon in July. The Spaniard was returning from an ankle injury which forced him to retire from his opening match at the Rio Open last month. Alcaraz, who was stung on his forehead as a swarm of bees forced a delay in his quarter-final win over Alexander Zverev, recovered from 3-0 down against Medvedev to force a tiebreak and clinch the first set. He breezed through the second, breaking serve twice to secure his 13th career title and become the first repeat winner at Indian Wells since Novak Djokovic won 3 straight titles from 2014 to 2016. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, pay slips, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash.